In 2021, WWE gave us one of the most special feuds ever. A feud that no one thought was possible. A feud that truly had long-term storytelling. And this is about to get crazy, so get your snacks ready, bruh. It all started in 2014. Actually, to be a little bit more specific, it started right after Survivor Series 2014. So if you haven't seen my Dolph Ziggler video on that whole event, go watch that and then come back. Okay, so after one of the greatest Survivor Series matches ever, the Authority was forced to leave WWE. That meant no more Triple H and no more Stephanie. So bro, this was a top 5 night for everyone. I was celebrating like I won the lottery, like for real. Bruh, remember this is when Triple H and Steph were trash. They were disrespecting everyone and they was cheating for no reason. And don't get me started on that, we always have a plan B. That ruined my whole childhood. After that, I never trust any friend I ever had in my life. But anyways, Rollins didn't have the Authority anymore. He didn't have any backup. So things kept getting worse for him week after week until Rollins couldn't take it anymore. It was on the last episode of Raw in 2014. Edge and Christian were the hosts of Monday Night Raw. And for the main event, they were gonna have their peep show with their special guest, Seth Rollins. But when he went up there, he was a man on a mission. Like for real, this dude wanted the Authority back. He was not playing. So this dude told Cena he was gonna paralyze Edge if he doesn't let the Authority come back. Bro, I'm not gonna lie, this was embarrassing. My man's broke his neck a few years ago, and now he had to deal with this? Bro, Rollins was just chilling with his foot on his neck for like a good 5 minutes, bro. And Edge couldn't do nothing about it. So yeah, Cena had to let the Authority come back so Edge won't get hurt. And for Rollins, this was a happy day. But he would have never expected this to happen. 6 years later, Edge returned to wrestling. He made his big return at the 2020 Royal Rumble. This was one of the greatest wrestling returns ever. No one even thought it was possible. This was the same guy that had a career-ending neck injury, but now he was back, full time. But things were different now, because during those 6 years, Rollins became one of the biggest names in wrestling. He accomplished so many things, he gave his fans so many memories, and now he was just on another level. So when we got to see these two in a ring together for the first time since 2014, bro, that was big. It made everyone start to talk. Everyone wanted to see these two in a feud. So 1 year later in 2021, Edge and Roman were feuding for the Universal Championship. And it was announced that these two would have a match at Money in the Bank. While for Rollins, he was gonna fight in a Money in the Bank match. Seth was telling everyone he was gonna win the briefcase and maybe even cash in the same night. But Edge heard everything, and we finally got the face-off we all been waiting for. Edge told Rollins that he never forgot what he did to him. The long-term storytelling was there. This is what makes wrestling cinema. So fast forward to Money in the Bank. Seth Rollins was up first, but my man's Big E clutched it, so shout out to him. Now for the main event, we got Roman Reigns versus Edge. And bro, this match was fun. This was the first pay-per-view with fans since 2020, and the fans brought that energy. They was here. Edge was trying to win the title he never lost. He wanted to end Roman's historic reign before it even truly started. But Rollins didn't care. He cost Edge the match and beat him up just because. So the next week on SmackDown, we see Edge for the first time since Money in the Bank, and he tells everyone that he would have won if it wasn't for Rollins. He knew him and Rollins' history was personal ever since 2014, when Rollins didn't pull the trigger. Then Rollins came out and he went straight to the point. He said he wanted to crush Edge's dreams. He wanted to end Edge's career. But with the quickness, these two started to brawl, straight hands. And that's what these two always did. It was always like this. They were so alike. And Edge actually started to realize that. So these two agreed to a match at SummerSlam. And in the weeks ahead, this feud got even more personal. Rollins disrespected Edge's family. Edge said he's gonna burn Rollins down. And this dude ruined Rollins' fit. Bro, so this was like super personal now. It's crazy. The match is ready for SummerSlam. Seth Rollins vs. Edge for the first time ever. And these two went out and gave us match of the night. Now, I'm not gonna lie, watching this match now is better because when I was watching it live, bro, my whole vibe was ruined. And this was all because of the Belair and Becky match. Bro, I was heated after that. I couldn't even think straight. But in this match, Seth brought a side of Edge we never thought we would see again. Broad Edge was here, and he wanted all the smoke. But Rollins wanted it too. He was targeting Edge's neck the whole match, but he really relied on the curb stomp the whole time. Bro, every time he got a chance, he would try it. But he failed every time. Rollins didn't hit one curb stomp the whole match. And this was his downfall. But Rollins would try it one last time. But Edge would use it to his advantage. And he ended up putting him in a crossface. And he made Rollins tap out. Edge did it. And what a match. On the next SmackDown, Edge told everyone that he's ready to move on. He's ready to finally get his hands on the title he never lost. But then later on, we see Rollins backstage, and he says that he learned something from that loss at SummerSlam. He said maybe he just had to be a little bit more like Edge. And this is where things get way more spicy, so get ready. Next week, it was Rollins versus Cesaro, but this was a different Rollins. This man started laughing during the match, and he was actually doing some of Edge's moves. Rollins didn't even care about the win. He took a DQ and started to destroy Cesaro. Bro, it got bad quick. But before it could get worse, Edge came running out and he had to help Cesaro. And this made Rollins so happy. But after this, we see Edge backstage and he knows the games that Rollins is playing. He also knows that it never ends well. So he challenged Rollins to a match next week in Madison Square Garden. Rollins vs. Edge 2 on SmackDown. This banger was on free TV. Once the match started, you could tell it was a different Rollins. Seth wasn't just targeting his neck. His first target was the knee. And Rollins wasn't playing. He fought mad aggressive throughout the whole match. He didn't give Edge a break. And now it was curb stomp time. But nope, Edge speared him out of nowhere, Rollins kicked out, and he still couldn't hit that curb stomp. Until Rollins got tired of the BS. He bumped into the ref and then hit Edge with a low blow. The ref didn't see it, and now Rollins was gonna end Edge's career. So he hit Edge with 4 super kicks, and Edge was dead. But Rollins put the cherry on the top and hit Edge with the curb stomp. And it was wraps. It was over. Even Rollins looked like he was scared for Edge. Next week, my man's Rollins pulled up looking like aluminum foil. And he started talking about Edge and that he's not done with him. Because for a quick second, he actually felt bad for Edge. So now, he wants to finish him for good. For one full week, we don't hear anything from Edge. But now, Rollins was done playing. So the next week, this dude pulled up to Edge's crib. Like, bro, it was never that serious. The one time Edge was actually here at SmackDown, Rollins was pulling up to cribs. My mans was calling for Edge's wife. He went in a fridge, got a bath, and then put his feet on the table. Bro, this was next level disrespect. Rollins went way too far. And oh yeah, this dude drunk from the lid. So yeah, this feud became even more insane. So it was only right for the last match to be in a Hell in a Cell. One of the most brutal match types ever. This was the perfect way to end this legendary feud. I remember watching this match in school. I had to sneak it in class because for some reason, this pay-per-view was at 12 o'clock on a random Thursday. It made no sense. Like, I'm watching Edge versus Seth Rollins in gym class. Bro, what? But in this match, I remember these two were trying to end each other's careers. It was brutal, it was intense, and it all made sense. We saw Rollins fly into a table, and he looked like he was gone. But somehow, Rollins came back to life, and he hit Edge with a pedigree, and then went straight for the stomp. But of course, Edge reversed it, and then hit him with a spear. Kick out. Now, Edge didn't know what to do, so he brought in a ladder and a table, and then somehow, Rollins hit Edge with a sunset flip off the top of the ladder into the same table that Edge just brought into the ring. Bro, this match was just so much fun, bruh. But Seth went down memory lane, and he started super kicking Edge in his mouth again. It was just like he did in their last match, but it wasn't the same, because now, Rollins could use any weapon he wanted to. So he found a steel chain, he wrapped it around his foot, and he super kicked Edge again. But this time, Edge didn't move. He was asleep. But Rollins wanted more, and he told Edge, "This is how your story ends." But Edge reversed, and now it was his turn. So my man started going crazy. He started hitting Rollins with the same super kicks. Then he put Rollins in a crossface with the same steel chain Rollins was using. It was violent and brutal. And then Edge ended it with Seth Rollins' own move. This was a perfect way to end it. This was a great time to be a wrestling fan. This rivalry was for the fans that grew up in the early 2000s to the fans in the late 10s. We got to see two wrestlers fight that we never thought could have a match ever. So thank you guys for watching, and make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more wrestling content. Peace.